You know how capable you are because of God. You never have to doubt yourself when you know how good your God is. God has been dropping visions in my life. And it's so funny because the first thing my mind wants to go to is, how we gonna do that? What? It doesn't make sense. And then I come back to myself and I'm like, do you know how strong my God is? Hi, my loves. My name is Areania, and this is your connected family. Hit that thumbs up button down below, subscribe, make sure you hit that bell notification because I'm dropping the gems, baby. And last but not least, share this with someone. You know you want to. Let's get back to this video. I'm truly understanding on this journey that when God asks something of you, God will give you everything that you need. You just have to have faith, and you have to understand how strong your God is. Your mind cannot grasp the idea of how powerful your God is, how miraculous your God moves. It has no idea. So it's always questioning the abilities of who you can become and who you are within you. You have to trust that when God is showing you a picture of something, an image of something in your imagination, you have to trust that it is already yours. Why would God show you that vision if it wasn't for you? These images that God is dropping within you, these feelings, this intuition, these people that are coming into your life, these things are for you so that you can grow on your journey. You are taken care of throughout this whole journey, but we're so afraid because the path isn't common. But God never set your path up to be like anyone else's. God set you up in a way to where you have your own blueprint, to where no one is doing anything like you. You are unique, and you have to come back to yourself and understand that. You have to stop looking outside of yourself for confirmation of how you need to move on this journey and understand that you are special. You're not doing anything like anyone else. God didn't bring you here to be a carbon copy of someone else. God made every single one of us different for a reason. And we have to stop being afraid of the steps that God is telling us to take. Yes, it can be scary that your life doesn't look like anyone else's outside of you. But that's not what God has for you. God has something so much grander for you. And if you were to just trust that and understand how strong your God is, it would be easier for you to just take the path. God is trying to put you on a journey that fulfills your soul. So whenever you are questioning your path and your journey and why does yours look different from other people's, don't worry about that. You aren't here to be like anyone else but yourself. And I'm starting to understand that on this journey. I've been looking outside of me lately and truly seeing that my life looks like no one else's. I'm making moves that no one else is making. I'm doing things that no one else is doing. But now I look at that as a great thing. I'm understanding that I don't want to be like anyone else. I don't want to live like 99% of the world, because you have to understand that people are only copying off what other people are doing because they don't trust themselves. They don't believe in their within. They don't understand that there is something grander out there. So instead of doing the unknown, instead of being brave and courageous and going towards their purpose, people are staying the same. They are looking outside of them and copying everyone else and making it seem as if that is the right way. Why is that the right way? Why is it right to be like someone else? Why is it right to just copy? Why is it right to be comfortable? But what's wrong with being unique? What's wrong with creating your own blueprint? Who says you got to follow certain rules? And when you start moving like that, it feels real uncomfortable. But I'm starting to understand that this discomfort that I'm feeling, this is what I love. Because when I was moving in a way where I was copying other people and I was living like people were telling me to live, I wasn't happy. But now I'm happy in this discomfort. I'm happy moving in a way that nobody else is moving, thinking in a way that nobody else is thinking, doing things that other people aren't doing. I love it. It makes you stand out from the crowd. We're so afraid to stand out from the crowd. But what's wrong with being different and standing out from the crowd? What's wrong with being your own person, your own individual? That's what God brought us here to be, our own individual. But we're afraid. We're afraid to stand out. You can't be afraid to express yourself. You can't be afraid to be yourself. You will put yourself in a cage. If you don't truly express yourself how you want to express yourself and you hold back, you will truly live a life of misery. And then when other people are okay with expressing themselves, people condemn them. And the reason people condemn them is because they are so mad at themselves that they can't express themselves creatively, themselves freely. And it doesn't feel freeing. We are so happy and we feel so free when we express ourselves freely, when we let it out and we are our true, authentic selves, no matter how uncomfortable it feels. And then with time, you don't even want to be anybody else but yourself. You have to step into your power, and your power is authenticity. God brought you here with your purpose, with your creativity, with your personality. There is something within you that has a different purpose. There is something within you that moves a different way than anybody else. There is something within you that is like nobody else, but you have to accept it. You have to love it. You have to appreciate every part of it, and you have to trust it, baby. God wouldn't put these things within you for no reason. And then when God tells you to take a step, don't be afraid. There is nothing to be afraid of. There is nothing more powerful than your God. And you have to understand that. What is more powerful than God? Nothing. No one can tell me different. God is the Almighty. So when God asks me to do something, I will be obedient because I know that God got it taken care of. God wouldn't ask this of me if I wasn't capable. Trust that your God is going to make you become in order to align and have that thing. Everything that I've ever asked for in life, God keeps making me become and going through certain experiences that are chiseling me, that are giving me experience, that are giving me knowledge, that are helping me understand that I am capable. And as I keep showing up for God, God keeps meeting me and giving me everything that I want. Baby, you need to understand that your God is powerful. Your God is strong. There is nothing to fear. When you see that vision, you feel that impulse, you follow your intuition, you follow the vision because your God is trying to lead you on your journey of fulfillment, baby. So many people feel empty inside. They feel like they have no purpose. They feel disconnected from themselves. And the reason they feel disconnected is because they are not in their purpose. Whatever your purpose may be, baby, we all have a purpose within us. But if you aren't living a life of fulfillment, if you aren't living a life that actually makes you happy, if you aren't living a life that is serving the collective in some way, baby, you won't feel fulfilled. We all have a purpose. We all have a truth within us. But if you running from that truth, you will never feel fulfilled. You will always feel like something is missing within you. And when you feel like something is missing within you, you run outside of you in the 3D and you try to fulfill it. You try to fulfill it with connections and different relationships. You try to fill it with overworking. You try to fill it with food or substances. You try to fill that thing, that hole. That hole is forever going to be a hole if you aren't full within. And in order to be full within, you must live a life of truth, of happiness, of wholeness, and be in your purpose. You have to live your truth or you won't be fulfilled, baby. And I know it's uncomfortable because 99% of people are running from themselves. But you, baby, you not doing that. You coming back to yourself. You connecting to yourself. You understanding. You asking yourself, why am I here? What is my purpose? And then when the answer comes, you not running from it, baby. You moving towards it with full faith because you know how strong your God is. All right, my loves. I love you so much. Baby, I came here with this message because God has been asking so much of me. And sometimes I get afraid. But then I just got to come back to myself like, baby, you know how strong your God is. You know how capable you are because of God. You never have to doubt yourself when you know how good your God is. Know how strong your God is, baby. I love you so much, and I'll talk to you very soon.